TIFU by giving tips to a premium Snapchat girl. So obligatory, this actually did happen today. Today I was browsing Tinder and came across one of those "I don't use this, add me on SC" accounts, was feeling bored and horny and decided to add them. After they accepted my FR on Snapchat, I sent her a "so how much, and what am I getting?" message. She tells me it's $40 for some videos and her Venmo, and I decide, fuck it, I'd like to see some of that. After sending her the money, she proceeds to send me the videos, pretty nice BTW, and she asks what I think of them. I tell her she looks very sexy and she then sends me a message, "I'm kinda new to this. Tips are really appreciated." So I took this as, oh, she's new to selling her body on the internet. I should be constructive and try to help a new entrepreneur. I then proceed to spend the next 10 minutes going over her good points, things I think she could improve, specifically things like, "You have really nice boobs, but I think you're overemphasizing them. You should try different positions," etc. After sending all of these messages, she responds, "Oh, I meant tips as in like donations, but thanks anyways." Cue me fucking dying inside. Dr. A premium Snapchat girl asked me for money and I gave her advice on how to better sell her body on the internet. You should protect your privacy on the internet. For my friend's bachelor party, he decided we're going to a strip club. He got 112% fucking wasted, and I was sober minus the 2-drink requirement. Anyhow, one of the girls picked up on him being a complete mess, and was sitting on his lap, talking to him, working on working money out of him. At one point, somehow it came up that she said she needed financial assistance. He, completely fucking oblivious, started into a long thing, I assume completely serious too, about "I can get you a job where I work. It's great money. I really think you have potential." He's a mechanic, and the look on her face was just the best. He went all out into salesperson mode about the job, and she just sat there and suffered through it. It was great to have a front row seat to that. I only wish I could have recorded it to show him the treat that was. Edit, thanks for the first ever Reddit Silver, also first any Reddit award in general. I really didn't expect this to be so popular, or go in the direction it went. Edit 2, and gold. Well hell, honestly never expected to have a comment good enough for that. Was stripper. Domino's manager offered me a job at Domino's. He had just given me $500 across a couple hours. No, I don't want to work at a pizza place. $40 to stroke your meat, wild. Some people have more money than brains. You can do it online for free. That was probably a dude selling content he stole from a cam girl. ETA, fuck every one of you saying this is a good idea or you're going to try it. When I went to my first overnight camp as a kid, my parents had me give my counselor a tip in an envelope at the beginning of camp. I interpreted this as a letter saying please make sure he brushes his teeth for more than 15 seconds, make sure he pees before going to bed, etc. I was so embarrassed handing over the envelope, and it wasn't until years later that I realized what kind of a tip it actually was. Tip: about once a week there will be skid marks in his underwear, so please keep an eye on it and show him where the laundry is. TIFU by freezing my penis. This happened 2 days ago, and though the consequences of said FU have subsided, the lessons I learned along the way will stay with me forever. I love bad food, and therefore have to run in order to eat said food without ballooning to immense proportions. On Saturday, I decided to do a longish run, as I was going out for my daughter's birthday, and her favorite restaurant is an all-you-can-eat place nearby our house. So, donning my cold weather outdoor running gear, I set off on a jog, noticing that I had forgot to put on the compression underwear that I normally run with. No matter, I thought I had sweats on, and even though it was 28°F, I was warm enough and knew that I would warm up after I started on the run. About halfway through I had to pee, but it subsided after about 5 to 6 minutes, so I figured my body just said hey, take care of it when you get home. About 10 minutes after that, I realized I could no longer feel much down there, and the tip of my penis was completely without feeling. Worrisome, I thought, so I turned my back to the road, took off my glove, and put my hands down there to investigate. It was cold as ice, and I couldn't feel anything. Turns out, not wearing underpants had made the tip of the penis spend most of its time in direct contact with my sweats, which weren't rated to any sort of weather conditions. They were just my usual ratty lounge pants. So, between the sweat from the warm parts of my legs and the tip of the penis being essentially uncovered to the elements, I ran back to the house as fast as I could, all the while worrying that at some point that day, I would see a doctor, who would pull down his mask, use words like frostbite, amputation, and shockingly small, and I would have no choice but to be a eunuch. Once I got home, I stripped down and got into the bathroom to take a warm shower. I probably should have looked up the proper way to go about unfreezing a penis, but my mind was elsewhere. I cannot really describe the intense pain that ensued as my penis thawed, but I thought I was going to pass out. It took roughly an hour, the worst part of which was the first 5 or so minutes, to get normal feeling back, and as far as I can tell, everything is working properly as of now. Still, the moral of the story: wear underpants. They might just save your penis, if you have one. TL doctor went for a run in below freezing weather, forgot to wear underpants, froze penis, had to rethaw penis, and it was exceptionally painful. I am so happy that my, possibly small, frozen penis is making some internet friends have a good laugh. Thanks for reading. And thank you, truly, for the gold and silver. I am honored that it made a few folks chuckle enough to go the extra mile. Stay safe out there, and keep your junk warm if you have it. Edit. It's the squiggly line, not a minus sign, in front of the 28F. So, it was just below freezing, not 28 degrees below freezing. I don't mind running in the cold, but 28 below would be truly insane. This was way tamer than expected. I was worried you spilled liquid nitrogen on your crotch or something. Edit, great. My top comment ever is about a frozen penis. I stripped down and got into the bathroom to take a warm shower. I probably should have looked up the proper way to go about unfreezing a penis, but my mind was elsewhere. Use it to mix a nice cold daiquiri. Google's proper way to thaw penis. And? I don't necessarily anticipate needing the info, but you never know. Lol. Shockingly small. Have an upvote. Shrinkage, right? Smiley face. 28 degrees Fahrenheit equals about -2 degrees Celsius. There you go, fellow Europeans. TIFU by scratching my balls, falling asleep, and then having to have my testicle surgically removed. Obligatory. This happened a few months ago. I was relaxing in my living room while my parents were out. I had just pulled an all-nighter to finish my paper, and I was watching TV and browsing random junk on my phone to relax when I had a small itch on my testicles. This is a warning that this post will be getting a little graphic. I went downtown to Scrotum Town to give the crown jewels a scratch, and, in my unfocused state, I missed slightly and scratched down the back of the tube-like thing that's attached to your balls, which I later learned is called the epididymis. This made me flinch slightly as the sensation on my jubblies was completely unexpected. I didn't think about it though, scratched the itch in the correct place and carried on watching TV. Within about half an hour though, my lack of sleep started to catch up on me, very suddenly, and I felt myself drifting off to sleep at about 2 p.m. I woke up at 2:45 to a numbing, sort of dull ache on my left penny in my coin purse. I thought nothing of it though and hoisted myself upright to drink water and then went back to sleep. I woke up a little later completely keeled over in the fetal position with my arms between my legs. I don't remember waking up, but I was in this incredible pain, like I'd snapped a muscle in my balls. Can't really describe it, but my left testicle felt different, almost like it had gotten lumpy, bigger and soft. As I tried to right myself, sit up and adjust my pants, the pain struck all the way up my body and I vomited onto the carpet. At this point I decided I needed to go to hospital, so went on my phone and ordered an Uber there. In what ended up being the most excruciating pain I've ever felt, I lay on the floor next to my vomit and waited an agonizing 10 minutes for the Uber to arrive. Once it had, I bit my tongue and dragged myself, as upright as possible, to the front door and into the back of the Uber. The Uber driver didn't really give a shit as I groaned and clenched in the back of the car ER and sort of dumped me outside the hospital. The next thing I remember was standing in line for the emergency room before trying to sit down. I found out later that I had actually collapsed. I woke up the next morning with one less testicle, a very scared mother, and a lesson in something called testicular torsion. Gentlemen, and people with testicles, of Reddit, please don't ignore your dull ball aches. TL doctor, ignored a panged ball. Ended up sans ball. Man, losing a whole ball because of something such as dull ache sounds so bad. I hope you're alright and can live fine with one. If you catch it early, you'll be fine. You just need to pay attention. A dull ache that gets worse or doesn't go away after like 5 or 10 minutes should be cause for alarm. Testicular cancer can also cause aches. Aches can also just be totally random and completely harmless. Listen to the nuts. Pay attention to your dingleberries. They will tell you things. Same thing happened to me in high school. I randomly woke up at 5 AM with my balls the size of a grapefruit. The pain was excruciating, I kept vomiting, and the multiple rounds of morphine given in the emergency room did nothing. The ER doc did an ultrasound on my balls and saw no blood flow, so put a towel in my mouth, told me to bite, and twisted everything back into place. I screamed myself so hoarse I couldn't talk for 2 days. Lucky for me, the doctor got everything right. I had surgery the following week, and got to keep both of my boys. Sorry for your loss. Edit. Wow, my first gold. My saved left testicle thanks you. My nuts are tingling from this whole thread. Fuck all this. When the testicle rotates, testicular torsion, it twists the cord supplying blood to the loose bag of skin, scrotum, beneath the penis. This may occur after vigorous activity, a minor injury to the testicles, or sleep. This can happen while you fucking sleep. Edit. Thank you for my first gold. Balls are so weird. Takes Uber to ER. Hello fellow American. Reading this literally caused my balls to start to ache. On my way to the just in case.